Hey, what's up? It's your radio love, Deja Vu. You know we always have your favorite celebs stopping by. Today we have one of our faves, sister girl Tina Campbell in the building.
Hey.
All glowed up and everything.
Glow
Looking
up.
amazing.
Thank you. So are you?
How have you been?
I've been well. I've been away, and going away helps you to be well.
Okay.
Otherwise, I could still be here and kind of be crazy. So I'm glad that I went away.
Where did you go? You said you were coming off of a hiatus. So talk to us about what you've been doing.
I took some time to reset and just like rediscover my faith and rediscover me. You know, sometimes we can get to the point in the life where we're operating on autopilot.
Yeah.
And it's like, who are you now?
Yes.
Who are you now? What do you like now? What is your why now? And I think if we don't stop and take time to sometimes discover that, we're living in the us of our past.
That's good.
And then we end up being discontent. And then this frustration will start to find its way into all the spaces that you're in. And so I think frustration started to find its way into the spaces that I was in. And I knew that I was like, you need to dip, sis. And so I went and I dipped and I took some time and I discovered a me that I kind of didn't like. And I was like, oh, shoot, I thought I was further along. And so facing yourself ain't easy.
That self-awareness, though, is what helps you grow, for real.
But people will avoid it because nobody wants to think I'm a bad person.
Right.
Oh, I haven't figured this out. Or I like suck in that area. We don't want to suck. We want to believe we're a good person. We want to believe that all of our intentions are good. And we want to focus on our intents, not necessarily our actions. We just want to forego the hard parts. Like, ain't nobody going back to childhood. I'm successful. I'm fine. I'm whatever. But see, that keeps creeping in and finding a way into your life with the right triggers.
Because that trauma hasn't been healed yet. You haven't dealt with it yet.
You understand what I'm saying? And so then you're on these platforms and you're toxic, really, because you need to do some internal healing. So I took some time to do some internal healing. I took some time to reset.
What was the healing process like? What was that? Was it writing? Was it praying? Was it getting your wise counsel? What was it?
All of them. All of that. Because I'm a writer, because I'm a songwriter, I do a lot of writing. I don't consider myself to be a person that journals, but I write down my prayers, and my prayers are the deepest thoughts that I have, or the deepest the desires, the pain, the struggles, the hope. All of that is kind of wrapped in prayer, and I talk to God a lot. And in talking to God, creativity just comes out of that extensively. And so I spend a lot of time praying. I spend a lot of time writing down those prayers. I spend a lot of time writing music because I feel like God speaks to me in music and kind of just downloads to me.
So do you just get like bars in your mind or riffs or whatever in your mind?
All that.
Really?
All that. When I just try to do it without God giving a download, sometimes it'd be real whack. It'd be you trying real hard, but it didn't really do.
It didn't really do what you thought it was doing.
But when I just allow God, the gift that he's given me to kind of flow from him is really amazing. And so definitely wise. First of all, I've been doing a lot of praying, and it was a lot of people praying for me.
Right.
I had a lot of people helping me out. Like, man, let me tell you something. The marriage would have been over.
Really?
If people wasn't walking with me, helping me to understand, like, we all great and we all wonderful when we young. And now you got children and life and money and stuff and businesses and all that. You be like, bro, I don't need this. Like, you know.
But also what you said, though, before, you were one person back then, and then you're somebody else now.
I'm a whole new woman now.
Right.
Like, I'm raising women. I'm raising men. Life is different now. So you got to rediscover who you are now, what it is now. And you got to be honest with that. You know what I mean? Face that. And so I had people counseling me and walking me through. I had mentors, a lot of praying people, moms, sisters, family members. And so between prayer and accountability, and just staying away for the time that I needed to stay away to heal, to reset. I'm grateful that I did, because I think I actually have something to say now. I'm not saying something because I want to. I am so grateful for my career. Most know me with Mary. Yeah. I've had a really, really great career, and I still have a great one. I still have a platform to do everything that I desire to do. And so I didn't necessarily need to have a solo career, but I just have something I believe to say. I feel like I have a testimony to share that I feel like God gave me, and it's all wrapped in music. And so now I'm up doing it again. But yeah, writing, praying, counsel, all that has happened while I was down.
I love it. Now you were doing your solo stuff before. When did you start? Maybe like 2015?
Yes.
Did you feel the need? Because I wanted to ask, you have a huge family. Y'all are all singing, and then you and Erica have been doing Mary. Did you find yourself lost in just that, like as far as professionally and getting your testimony out?
No. Not at
No.
all. I am entirely grateful for Mary Mary. Mary Mary is authentically Erica and me.
Gotcha.
Our music and our presentation, none of it was a lie. None of it was contrived or any of that. Now, you do get in the business and you get affected by all of these elements that's like, you start off because I just want to sing for God and I want to inspire people. And then all these other elements of business and all of it. Then other things become the focus or become the problem and all of that kind of stuff. And so, there were bumps on the road of doing us, but Mary Mary is authentically Erica and I. And so I didn't feel this need like I have to have my voice at all. But I went through some things. I mean, many people saw my reality show and I went through infidelity and my husband and I healed from that. And so I had a different story to tell, a different testimony to give. And that wasn't Erica's testimony. By the same token, Erica actually did desire to do solo music and just kind of give what was in her heart to give individually. I didn't necessarily have that passion. So she wanted to do it.
Oh, so you didn't initially want
No.
Oh,
I just, again, I'm praying. I'm seeking God.
Yeah.
I'm trying to heal.
Yeah.
And all this music comes. So after a while, I was like, I think I'm supposed to do a record because I got all of this music that's very specific to me. This ain't specific to Mary Mary. This is specific to me. So that's why I released a record. I have never desired to be an artist, a solo artist. I didn't desire to be Mary Mary. And I'm not saying that with a lack of gratitude. That just wasn't my dream. I just wanted, whatever I did, I wanted to be great at it. I thought that I would have a career in music. I thought I would be like a teacher.
Really? So wait a minute. Okay, let's rewind.
That part.
When you were younger, were you out there singing and doing the talent shows and you and Erica together? Or how did this whole Mary Mary come about? Because I don't think I've ever gotten the origin story from you guys.
Well, okay, first of all, mom and daddy. That's number one.
Okay.
Second, church. Third, school. Me and Erica 2 years apart.
Right.
So we did school choirs together. We did church choir together. Mom and daddy were both singers in some respect, And so my mother was like over the choir. My daddy used to be over the youth choir. Like they sing. And so singing was natural for us. So we did it as a family. We did it in church. I didn't think Erica always wanted to be a singer. And Erica was like the singer at our church. I wasn't. Erica was.
Wow.
Like I was too busy acting a fool and being scared. So I was in the children's choir, but Erica was like the solo singer. So Erica always saw this and dreamed about this and desired this. I was just like, I sang, but I don't got to do all of this. And I think that Mary Mary was God's plan. Erica and I had sang together in our church choir. We had sang together in our school choir, but we didn't have this me and her thing that we did in talent shows. And we didn't have.
I thought that's what it was. In my mind,
No.
I created the vision that you guys were doing whatever. So how does she rope you in then?
Well, we started singing background for all these different R&B artists and sometimes gospel artists because singing is what we did. It is not necessarily what I wanted to do. I was in school for music because I was like, I'm gonna have a career like being a teacher or whatever, and I'll just do this music stuff,
Right.
until I guess I start teaching. I mean, I didn't really have a plan. So, when we had started singing with other people and then we sang together in church, I think an opportunity presented itself for us to sing together.
Wow.
I think Warren, my sister's husband, was like, y'all should do something together, like as a group. And we was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Because he had seen us sing together as sisters, and we were singing together doing background, but it wasn't a Tina and Erica sing. We didn't have no demos. We didn't have no songs together. We didn't have nothing that was recorded as me and Erica. You can go back in our history. You will not see that. You'll see us in choirs. You might see us singing a song together like with our church choir, but there was no Erica and Tina kind of combination thing at all. So clearly this was God's plan.
Absolutely.
We were just destined to do this together. So I didn't have a desire to do it individually. I didn't feel like I needed to say something or express something. I just think that life extended itself to us having a personal story to tell. And it was only fair for us to be able to tell that personal story and not force the other person to be a part of our personal journeys. And so Erica did some solo stuff, and I did that one project thinking, well, this is it, because I don't really want to be solo, but I got all this music from my testimony, so I'm going to just put it out, and that'll be it. And then I put that same record out with a couple of I added like 4 songs, and that the same year that I put that out was the same year that I took the hiatus. So I was like, why did I do this? I don't even want to be a solo artist. What am I doing? And then when I took this time off and I'm resetting and I'm rediscovering and I'm, evolving and all that kind of stuff, I ended up with all this music because when I pray, I end up with a ton of creativity, like tons of it. Books, music, presentations, tours, just everything.
That's a blessing. Do you know how hard it is
is
for some folks to be able to even download something that's worth something as far as music or even writing in general is concerned? And
God
it just
is
comes
amazing.
That's
he,
a gift.
He does give that to me. Yeah. So I ended up with all these songs, and I told my husband, I said, Teddy, I think it's time for me to testify, because I think that God wants me to share what he's giving me. Like right now, I have probably enough music for 4 albums. I have a full family project. I could put out a full project with me and my husband with music, and I could put out at least 2 or 3 projects with Tina, because it's just, I got all these songs. And so I just decided, okay, it's time. I think that God has prepared me during this downtime, and I think I've reset, and I think that he has extended my platform to me because I've been around for a while. Mm-hmm. He's extended my platform to me because he wants me to still be on it, because most people, they go away and it ain't really no open door for them to come back. Like,
that's
they fight
the thing. But people love you as well as the group Mary. We feel connected to you guys because you all, came in with a whole new sound for us as far as Christian music was concerned, and then it charted and everything. Then we saw you on TV and we can relate. So we're like, okay, we want it. And so now we want to hear more from you. And the question I have now is, how do you decide which songs to put on there? If you have all of this, how do you decide I'm going to have the single Pray For Me and then the next things that come out?
All I can say is there's a knowing. Like, I had several other songs that I thought would be a part of this project, and I would record it and I'd be like, this ain't it. I already hear another song and I'm like, I'm trying to force this to happen. So some of these songs, like, again, I'm a songwriter. Like, that's my profession. I'm a singer, but I'm a songwriter. I write 100% of the music that I put out, and always have from the very start.
Have you given any of those away or sold them to other artists?
Sometimes. Like, generally, I don't pitch and solicit. Most of the time, there's a solicitation for us. There's someone saying, we want this kind of song for for either me and Erica or me. We're engaged in that way, but I don't generally pitch songs because I got a lot of, I could just give them to me, So I have a lot of stuff that I can give to some other people, but I just realized that some songs, like, this could be good for something, but this is not good for me. Right. And so you start going through your process of weeding out what needs to go out and keeping what needs to stay. And then in that process, new inspiration would come. And so I'd start recording, new songs and realizing that this project is evolving differently. What happens is when you get engaged in the process, it just kind of organically happens the way it's supposed to happen, with delays, with additions, with distractions. All of that is a part of the process. But if you just kind of give into it and not be trying to force it and make it what you think it's supposed to be, it'll happen the way it's supposed to happen. And this one took a year and a half. It took a year and a half of recording this record. It has never taken me that long in the history of mankind.
God said He wants you to walk through it.
I've been recording records recording music since '97. It ain't never took me that long, like to like do this. Maybe the first record. And so I was like, oh my God, but I understand that I really do believe that God has given me something to say and to share, to reflect Him.
What is it that you're trying to say to us?
I don't know if I'm trying to say anything. All I'm trying to do is say yes to God, and then let Him say what He's given me to say. Like I told you, when I be trying to write a song, it'd be corny, it'd be wrong. It'd be like, oh, you was really trying, it didn't really do. But when I just literally write what comes to me naturally, like it happens organically. It ends up, come together with the right producer. All the musical elements end up coming together. When it comes together the way it's supposed to come together, you know that this is it. And I feel like if God can make those elements come together in that way, it's because He had a reason for it. And all I got to do is share that. So I don't know if I necessarily have so much to say. I don't need to say nothing necessarily, but if God gives you something, you need to say that. You need to do that. So all I want to say is what He's given me to say.
Well, what is the message then, the overall theme that we'll hear through the music?
Okay, so the single that's out right now, download that and stream that. It's called Pray For Me.
Come on.
All right, and it will bless you. And it's a bop, you know what I mean?
When the saints start praying.
Hey, things start changing.
I'm not a singer. That's not
But
my
that was
ministry,
nice, though. But the energy was nice. I want to just give you credit for that, though.
Thank you for the energy. There we go.
But that's, okay, so the song Pray For Me. The song Pray For Me was a very good song to lead this project because I spent a lot of time praying over the last 7 years of being away. And I think in praying, I was able to evolve. I was able to grow. I was able to be accountable. I was able to take responsibility. I was able to repent. I was able to forgive. And so the song saying pray for me is like, if nobody wasn't praying for me through this process, maybe I wouldn't have healed. Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't have grown. Maybe I wouldn't have evolved. Maybe I would have just got older and not matured. But because people were praying for me and holding me accountable and things of that nature, like I'm where I am because somebody else got in the fight with me. And so this song, I think, speaks to any and everybody who know you ain't get there by yourself. And the people who be saying that, they be lying. You ain't get there by yourself. Oh, you didn't need nobody or nothing. Nobody ever helped me. Somebody had to at least open a door for you to walk in. Oh, you kicked down the door. Somebody had to at least like assist you in some kind of way. And so I'm giving like credit where credit is due. People praying for you and helping you. And so that song was a great song to lead the project. But the rest of the project that's called Testify, that's coming in September, I think the overriding message of that is like tests do become testimonies when you put them in God's hand.
Yeah.
And so don't nobody want no tests, right? But everybody like testimonies. We always reference somebody who been through hell and then they became something great. But we don't want to go through hell. We just want to be great. I want to get your results. I do not want your process.
But that's so much like people in general. We want the stardom, the fame, but we don't want to work. We don't want to have to start from the bottom, and we just want to be here.
We want the career, but we don't want to put the time in. We want to be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I think that in sharing this record, Testify, I mean, fortunately, I can do all that I want to do because I put my records out independently. So
come on,
I'm not subject to nobody but me and God. So that's a blessing. And so I can have an array of creativity. I can have something that sounds country, something that sounds hip hop, something that sounds Sunday morning, something that sounds Friday night. I could do all of it because if I'm the same voice and the same one that's writing it, there's going to be a continuity in all of it. And so it's extremely creative. It's extremely musical. I think it's imaginative, and I think it will definitely make you think, make you feel, and I think it takes you through this journey of like, it's okay to grow. It's okay to go through stuff. It's okay that somebody had to pray for you and you couldn't do it on your own. It's okay that you had to get it wrong. It's okay that you got to release some stuff and let go because you want to live. Like, it's okay. And it's okay to just, to reflect and just be okay with you. You know what I'm saying? Not that the project is too much that, but it's very diverse. And I think, like, again, I just let God do what he did and download. And I was like, okay.
I love it. Because we are not a monolith anyway. We like different things. We like every time we want to, jam. Sometimes we want to hear a gospel, like church traditional. Sometimes we want to hear like a little something with something else added to it, a little spice added to it. So, of course, that's going to be welcoming. And, of course, with the lyrics.
We got all that going on. And so, I think I was like, how they going to classify this record? Because they're going to be like, is she hip hop? Is she R&B? Oh, is she traditional? Oh, she pop. Like what? Okay, what?
You are a chameleon. You tell them that.
Everything,
you can go into every little thing and make it work.
Everything that I've been allowed to be, I just decided to go on and be that, and I'm grateful for it. I think it is a true depiction of me and my truth and my faith, but my great big God. And I didn't limit my creativity because he didn't limit the downloads.
Come on.
So I just did it, and it's out there. And I think people will definitely be encouraged, be recharged. I think people will be activated. I think people will be reminded. Like, I think it may even help people get real with themselves. It might help people forgive. It might help people let go. Like one of the things that I recently did, I have this song that says, the lyrics say, unforgiveness is bondage, and I don't want to do it because I want to live, want to live, want to live. I thought it would kill me, but thank God I'm still here because I want to live, want to live, want to live. I want to live, want to live, want to live. That sounds a million miles away from pray for me, have me on their mind, But that song, I Want to Live, is literally talking about, like, release the stuff.
Yeah.
You over here walking dead because you can't let go of stuff. Like, it did happen, and it was horrible. And they should repent. They should make it right. It should have never. But what do you do now with your life? Do you take these scars into your future because you're waiting for somebody else to make you and your stuff right? Or do you face it, accept that it happened, and let it go? So what I did on a recent trip in Tahoe.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
What was my invite? Because, I was trying to get out there and release.
Well, first of all, I shouldn't have invited them other girls that came, my sisters, because they came and took all my restful vacation and made it just a lot of upness. It was so fun.
I was sure y'all had a good time. But
they kept me up all night. Okay.
What was the serene part?
So the moment that I had out there is I had written out, and then a mental health professional actually suggested that I do this. And she said that, determine the people that have made you feel rejection, because rejection was what I dealt with. And I didn't realize there was a certain part of me that was still functioning from a little girl who had been rejected. And people who are rejected always want to be accepted, no matter if they do it, obviously, subliminally, or all in your face. You want to be accepted, or you at least want to be understood. You want to know that you're received. And when you are rejected, what happens is you try to work for it. You try to prove something. You don't relax into just being. But people who are loved well, they just be. Like they don't be talented. They just believe in themselves. They just
they out there.
I'm loved. Everybody love me, and that's all I know. But when you deal with rejection at an early age, you kind of think, I don't know, y'all probably don't really like me. You probably don't really accept me. I got to do the right thing to really be received and loved. I had taken that same thing to my children, to my husband. I didn't realize it was permeating all parts of my life. So while I was out there, I wrote out these to the 5 people that I felt like gave me rejection, 5 people that I needed to kind of release, and I was one of them people. I was one of the 5, and I just wrote out everything that I felt. Some of the people is dead, like my daddy and my grandmother. They've been gone for over 10 years, and I just wrote out everything that I felt. By the end of it, like the authenticity of my heart was saying, like, I forgive you, because I understand that if you had not experienced this, and that in your life, and you had not, felt those scars yourself, you probably wouldn't have passed them on to me. Right. And I was releasing people and forgiving people, dead or alive. And then I just burned the letter up. Wow. And I was like, I let it go. This is my departure from all of this. Like, I can't do anything with it, and I don't want to hold on to it. And then you practice daily, like when the memories come back and your responses to life is from a place of doing something like, that's not warranted anymore. I'm not a scarred individual. I'm not a hurting little girl. I'm a healed woman. I don't respond like that. And you got to actively remind yourself, I'm not that no more. Right. I'm not hurting no more. Like, I'm not rejected. I'm loved, and I'm accepted by God. If don't nobody else love me and accept me, he does. And that should trump everybody. And so that's where I'm at. That's what happened recently.
That is beautiful.
I think the music kind of encompasses some level of that. That song, I Want to Live, definitely does.
I'm ready for this album. And you said we have to wait till September?
You gotta wait till you go. We gotta set this thing.
I know, but
we gotta get you ready.
I want to hear it. But okay, so you mentioned your husband and your children, and putting things onto them without knowing. And how are they helping you and encouraging you in this journey?
Your kids are, in my opinion, your kids are the truest version of you. Okay, so trip this. When you go outside your house, okay, there's impressions to make. Sometimes there's something to gain, like you got a job or you do something in the community. Somebody gonna recognize you. Somebody gonna pay you, even if they ain't wonderful to you. You get a check, you get some kind of recognition. You can be the most amazing politician, the most horrible father. Why? Because out there, somebody's applauding you. They recognize you. You're getting some kind of positive response to whatever it is you're doing. At the crib, you supposed to do this. Ain't nobody said thank you. Ain't nobody even said hi this morning. Like, you just like the air and like the wind. Like, we didn't know that we had to do all of that because this is automatic. This is what love just loves me. Like, how grateful was we to our parents for everything that they did. Now, if auntie did it, it was a whole big thing. Why? Because mommy and daddy are supposed to. So I think that your children are the truest version of you, because that's what you have to do when there's nothing to get back for 25 years. Your investment, you got to invest. You ain't yielding no return, especially once they stop being toddlers and then they stop liking you that much. Then you ain't even getting hugs. You ain't even getting thank yous.
Wow.
Then they want you to get away around their friends, and it's just all kind of stuff. And then they think you don't know nothing either while they taxing your pockets and stuff. Yeah. And so at home, you get to be the truest version of you. You want to see what's in you? Those kids and that husband will probably bring it out.
Wow.
Why? That's who you love the most. And so managing home life has been very challenging. And when they are reflecting you in their responses, you realize, oh, shoot, I got to fix that. If they are the truest version of me, what's in them has to some degree come from me. It could be that I did not put enough boundaries in place. It could be that I put too much on it. It could be that I'm not allowing these kids to be free, or I'm trying to perfect them too much. It could be that, we ain't got no standard whatsoever, or the standard is too doggone high. Whatever the case may be, like, that's a true version of you. So when they start reflecting your flaws, you be like, oh, I didn't mean to teach you that. Like, I didn't mean for you to get that part. And so my children were reflecting back some of the things that I was deflecting, was it deflecting? Is that
Yeah.
right? Onto them. And I was like, oh, no. I'm not passing this to my kids. I'm not passing this to my kids. I'm acting like my kids don't love me because they're not responding positively, the way I think they should in this moment. I probably, if I didn't come from a place of rejection, I probably would just take these kids, they being kids, teenagers over here teenaging, toddlers over here toddlering, preteens over here preteening. Like, I wouldn't take it so personal. And I was taking everything too personal. I was so easily offended. Everything made me feel like, nobody loves me. Nobody sees me. Nobody values you. Yes, they did. But how appreciative was you of your mama when you was 13, when you was 14, when you was 16? Like, how much did you appreciate her input when you was 19 and you was like, I'm grown now? Like, so why are you taking all of this to feel as a sign of rejection? Because I was rejected earlier on and I had never dealt with it. Now I'm projecting this onto my kids. They like, we just trying to be teenagers. Like, leave us alone. Now we got to come over here and make sure you happy. And mommy feels good about her emotional health when we tell her we don't want to do what you want us to do, And so, again, I just started to see, and even with my husband, placing too high demands on him to accept me. And I don't do that heavily outside of the house. I do it in the house. If I could be honest, that's what matters to me. Yeah. So I'm like, people, I'm in the public. They can love you and hate you. I accept that.
They can love you today and hate you tomorrow. That quickly.
But I need y'all to love me. I need y'all to esteem me highly. And if I don't feel like that, now I'm offended. And now I'm acting hard. So me acting hard and me putting unrealistic demands, and now my kids ain't able to be their authentic self because mama's too, it helped me to see you need to do some healing, sis. And so my husband and my children helped me in that. They helped me to see a reflection of me. And I didn't like what I saw reflecting. So I was like, I have to deal with this. They can't change that. They can't fix this. I have to.
And as you're walking through this and making these changes, are they noticing, okay, Mom? Okay,
yes.
honey?
What's wonderful about that is, man, listen, I be getting on them kids, but you know what? That question just made me realize, man, I got some good kids.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. They love me.
They love their mama.
Baby, they love me. My son, who I have to tell him, baby, you ain't my husband. Now, go on now. You ain't my husband. You don't fix everything for me. You don't solve everything. You don't need to do everything right to make everything right. If you do what you're supposed to do, be an obedient child, be a respectful child, be a responsible child. That is the best thing you could do for me. I don't need you to buy me nothing. I don't need you to fix your whole life so you can take care of me. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I don't need you to adjust yourself in some extreme way to bring me happiness. If you do what I just told you, be respectful, be responsible, be obedient. You can be imperfect, but if you lose your way in those spaces, get it right. Don't lie. Don't excuse yourself. Don't have some doggone integrity. I was like, that's the happiest that you will ever make me. It will be because of that. And so, he loved me so much. He trying to fix everything, and he bless his heart. But my children love me, and they are good to me. And I'm grateful that I get to see that. I'm not even sure if I'm answering the question that you was asking.
No, you're giving it to us.
Okay,
yes.
But that they love me, and they are good to me. They receive me. They accept me. When they see me improving, this particular son, when they see me improve, that's where I was going. This particular son said, Mom, I noticed that you're not responding. He's the one that always notices my improvement, but I do that with him. He says, you're not responding this way as much. You used to kind of like apologize for the same thing because you kept doing the same thing, but you're not doing it as much. Like, he is watching me like a hawk and not trying to grade me, but he's like, it's almost like an evaluation.
Yeah.
And he's noticing where there has been improvement. So it's wonderful when your children see you improving. Now, in a perfect world, I ain't gonna even lie. I would like to be a perfect mother that you can't really find no fault in me. You just look back and like,
that's unattainable.
Entirely, especially for me. That ain't nothing I was going to ever be. But I realized that my children are doing well because they get to see me fall and rise. They get to see me lose my way and find my way. They get to see that faith is always the connecting thing. It's always the constant. Am I perfect? No. But I do take and receive God's grace and his mercy because I be needing it. You know what I mean? I take responsibility for my stuff. When I blame and I realize I've been blaming, I repent.
But what you're doing, though, is setting that example for them so they can do that. And you're giving them that freedom to be able to stumble and then still pick themselves back up.
Yeah. And now what I did realize in the past that I didn't realize I was doing it, I was trying to raise exceptional children. Mm-hmm. But what I was actually doing was trying to perfect my children. So I was driving my children crazy. I didn't know that I was doing that. But my understanding is people who feel rejection at an early age and stage, this is becoming like this emotional mental thing. Like, that's not even what it was supposed to be. But
no, but that's good.
We going there, right? People who have been rejected at an early age, they tend to try to control things. That's a common thread with people. They will shut down and kind of detach, or they want to control things. They want to control. They're not very trusting, and they want to control things. And so, I didn't realize I was like too much of a controlling mom, and I was trying to perfect my children. Like, I am a recovering perfectionist, but I didn't think that that's what I was doing with my kids. Like, I would never intentionally do that with my babies. I'll be all neurotic driving them po kids crazy. But I was putting too much on it, and I was holding my children to a standard that wasn't realistic. So I've been intentionally over the past few years helping my children to understand I have a high standard. I am not going to lower it. So let's be clear on that, first of all. But I have held you to a standard of perfection that is not realistic. Ain't nobody perfect but Jesus, period. Nobody. They just not. So I don't expect you to be perfect, but what I do expect you to be is accountable.
Yes.
What I do expect you to do is fix your mistakes. When you fall down, I expect you to get back up. I don't expect you to excuse yourself and explain yourself and stay down, stay lost, stay downtrodden. No. Deal with it, face it, and get back up. I said, get out there and make some mistakes. Fail a little bit so you can. Failures lead to successes, losses lead to win, and mistakes lead to progress. I said, get out there and do all of it. Just when you lose your way, find it. When I call you on it, don't lie about it. That's all I require, So I'm trying to help them to understand that. Like, mommy don't expect you to be perfect. Don't lie to me if you need to fix something. Just tell me the truth. I took it. I lied. I didn't come back when you said you lying.
It's easier to tell the truth now than just to worry about all that other stuff. I remember even being younger, like a teenager, I just couldn't keep up with the lies. I'd rather take the truth and get the punishment right now and then work my way through it. That was just me. That was I was out in the car with so-and-so. I wasn't supposed to be with that boy. I wasn't supposed to be hanging out with him.
And I'm sorry. Can you please give me a chance? Like, just tell the truth.
Right.
You over here lying. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Now you on punishment for the whole summer.
Girl.
You could have had your phone taken for a week. You done got the phone taken indefinitely because you couldn't. Now your birthday done got canceled.
Mom, you can't cancel my cake and
girl,
ice cream.
I done canceled birthday. I got one child done missed 3 birthdays.
Mom.
Yeah, you out here messing up, acting a fool. You get to cancel this birthday party. One is on the brinks of her birthday that's in June getting canceled.
Sis, don't do it. Come on, let's straighten up. Call me. We'll talk.
I'm trying to tell her, just take responsibility for your foolishness and fix it.
Yeah.
I'm over here celebrating you and you over here being a fool. No. I already take good care of you. I don't owe you no parties. I don't owe you all of that. You watching stuff on TV and all this sweet. I don't owe you none of that. You're well taken care of. But if you can't do the right thing, you can't be responsible in school, you can't be honest, I ain't throwing you all these big parties. I ain't motivated.
Come on, sis, I got you. Come on, we're going to talk about it. We're going to work through it.
Okay. Listen, somebody help.
We're going to pray for it. We're going to pray.
Pray for me.
All right, so listen, we did the kids. Now, let's talk about you and Teddy really quickly. You guys have been married for like 24 years, 20-something years?
It'll be 24 years in August, so we're a couple of months away.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And we've seen ups and downs publicly, private moments shared publicly. What advice would you give to a couple just starting out?
I would tell a couple that one of the most important things in a relationship is communication. And if you ever talk to anybody who's been married for many, many, many years, they're going to tell you that. One of the things that I'm realizing now is important in sustaining a relationship is radical acceptance.
What does that mean?
Accept them for who they are, not who you want them to be.
Yes.
We over here trying to create and script and mold and make you.
I can change him.
Well, no. See, okay. So first of all, when you coming in talking about can't change him, you a witch. That's not your job. That's not your job. God already made him. Who you think you are? You got to change him and make him right. Yeah. Like, that's insulting. You're saying that you don't think he is enough, but when you put him in my hands, are you serious? Mm-hmm. How presumptuous? How arrogant? Mm-hmm. Like, and a lot of us women, we be doing that. We don't mean to do that, but that's what we doing. And we thinking that if I fix you, you're gonna be right. What if he did that to you? That's not okay. So you got to accept people for who they are. Now, let's just be honest. I haven't done that very well.
I love the authenticity. I love the accountability. Yeah. The words that you just said, the authenticity, the accountability.
Yeah, I haven't exactly done that. But I'm going to tell you what not doing that has led to. Me realizing my, I don't know if it's not inadequacies, my insufficiencies. I don't have the capacity to change, to make him, to make everything right. I don't have, and now I'm a strategist to death. I got a plan and a strategy for everything. You know what I'm saying? And I realize there are some strategies that you just don't have. There are some answers that you just don't have. There are some things that you just cannot do. I don't care about your money, your power, and a lot of people think, oh, if I just had all the money. No, because people with money, I bet you they can't keep their relative with that severe terminal illness. I bet you they can't keep them alive. You got some limitations. And what I started realizing because of my failures in marriage with my children, personally, I realized that the best thing that we could do is yield to God and surrender to him. Because when I can't solve a problem, God can. Or God can give you peace with whatever the reality is. And I didn't want peace with the reality. That ain't what I wanted. I didn't pray for that. I wanted these results that I'm asking for. God, I want my will, my way. So my prayers are that you do that. We don't want to tell the truth, but that's
really what it is. God, I want you to answer the prayer the way I want it answered.
And that's all I want. That's all I want.
I don't want nothing else.
Nothing else. I'm coming to all of these prayer meetings for this.
Girl, I'm paying these tithes for this.
I'm fasting for this.
Right.
And so when God doesn't do this, then we deem God as, I don't know, maybe unfair or like he ain't really paying attention. He don't got time. He love, but not that much. So I got to get involved. And I've gotten involved in my life in spaces where I really needed to give it to God. And I've realized now, give it to God, Tina. You be failing because some stuff you just have to give to God. Right. Some stuff you're supposed to do, some stuff you keep trying to do is not failing. Give it to God. Because you're over here stressed out. You frustrated and then you snapping on everybody. And it's you. You need to learn how to surrender and stop trying to control everything. And again, part of dealing with and overcoming rejection is to release it. Release it to God. Surrender it to God. And sometimes there is peace while things are still wrong. While things are still out of order. I know you asked me about me and my husband, but
that's word right there. That's really good.
That's
really
a lot
good.
of what I've experienced in my marriage. Like I can't fix my husband. I can't make him exactly what I want him to be and all of that kind of stuff because that means I don't accept him. And I don't know if I can really say that I love you this way. Okay, love don't do that. You got to turn to the right, 3:00 on Tuesday when you got this on, then I love you. But if not, I don't. That ain't love. That ain't love. And so I realized you got to stop doing all of that. So in a relationship, you have to have radical acceptance. You have to have great communication. You need honesty. So I'm not at all advocating you got some fool, you just accept them and you just talk a lot about their foolishness and just deal with it. I'm not saying that at all because I'm not that kind of chick at all. But you have to be honest. You stand up and say better or worse, richer or poor. Was you lying? You said it. You signed the paperwork. I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
God, this wasn't when I was thinking when this was going to happen. When I said I do.
That part. But then you say all these in that moment. Everything. It don't even matter. It's going to matter. Just wait 10 years. Wait 5. Wait 2. It's going to matter. And so deciding to have integrity behind my vows, deciding that honoring God was more important than doing me. That had a lot to do with it. Yeah. I want to honor God. And a lot of times I thought I was getting a divorce for 5 years straight in the last 7 years, to the point of calling my business manager for 4 years straight saying, separate my money. I'm moving on.
Whoa.
And she told me the 4th time, she said, do you realize that you have called me for the last 3 years straight and said this same thing? And I was like, oh, okay, that's bad. That's bad. And then it happened again after I left her. It happened again. So, life has had its challenges.
But life is going to life. It's just how we deal with these situations.
And you deal with it by, you don't run away. And you don't just quit on something that's valuable. And you stood before God and you made a vow to your spouse and to God. And I do everything in my power to honor that vow. And that has come with better and worse. That has come with richer and poor. That has come with sickness and health to some degree. Like I have had to live out the vows that I made August 12th, 2000. I've had to honor those vows. And more than anything in my life, I want to honor God. More than anything, I want to honor God. And this is no slight to anybody who's gone a different way, because I have found with being honest and telling my truth, some people feel like I'm like trying to shine a light negatively on whatever their truth is. I can't tell anybody else's story. Right. I don't condemn anyone's story and I don't make mine better. I can just tell mine. For me, I didn't want my children to believe that God could do anything but that. because we preach faith hard at my house.
Yeah.
God is a part of our every single thing. Like, this ain't just, God for Sundays. Yeah, God for everything. What we doing? Working out? That's God. What we doing? We out there chefing? That's God. We a pool party? That's God. Like, he a part of everything. Like, he the air we breathe. He a part of everything. And so I don't want to tell my kids, you go this hard in faith, but you quit with this family because it's hard. If I had a husband that was still cheating on me, I would have left. You don't want to just be in this relationship with me. You want to have other people. But I did try to fight through it and forgive through it. Fortunately, we recovered after it. You got a spouse that wants to have other wives while he's with you. The Bible gives you an out. Get on out of there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're being beaten. You're being, emotionally abused. You've got to make some serious decisions. You got to make some hard decisions. But for me, after we made it through infidelity and we made it through the hard things, it would have been irreconcilable differences that was separating us. I didn't feel like I had proper grounds, biblically speaking, to leave my husband for irreconcilable differences. I wanted to. I told the business manager, separate stuff. I'm getting up out of here. But I was like, but what about the vow that I made to God? Like, what if God can make it better and I just got to wait it out? Bible says, in patience possess ye your souls. If patience has its perfect work in you, you're going to be perfect and entire, lacking nothing. If you can actually wait through things, be patient through things, there's a lot of growing, there's a lot of maturity, there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of ability that comes with just being able to wait.
Girl, that's a lesson. But that's an everyday thing. You have to get up every day and say, okay, today I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be better. I'm going to opt for better responses and better, whatever. That's a daily. It's a daily. Take it across daily.
That part. And so I've done that in marriage. It has not been an easy way. The last 7 years of my marriage has not been as happy as other times has been. But we fought through it and we stuck it out and we made a daily decision. And it's getting better by the day. So I'm grateful for that.
That's beautiful. Love to hear about the growth and everything that's happening. And we cannot wait for Testify to drop.
Testify. It's coming.
Come on. And will there be other Mary things as well?
Well, the thing about Mary, listen, one thing about everybody, they're going to ask me about Mary.
You know you're going to have to be.
I already know it. Erica can't get away from it either. It just is what it is. Mary is coming. But I think that because there's been so many years of Erica and I, doing what we have done, this is 25 years later almost. We are grown women. Yeah, different stories, different journeys. And I think not allowing us to evolve individually and present who that is would almost make people expect a version of us that we ain't no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so one of the wonderful things about it is we're still spreading the good news and encouraging people, by way of faith and inspirational music, but we're also doing it in a way that's unique to us now, not back then. And so when we come together, I think we'll both be bringing so much to the table. So there is a next for Mary. I cannot tell you exactly when that is, but there is a next for Mary. But I am grateful that Erica has been able to tell her story in her faith walk, and I'm able to tell my story in my faith walk, and then we'll be telling it together soon. But until then, Testify is coming, and one of the songs is featuring Erica Campbell. So
what?
There you have it.
There we have it. Tina Campbell, thank you so much for stopping by.
You are welcome.
And when the album drops, come back.
Yes,
I'm gonna
I
make
will.
you sing some more too.
You got it. I will do that. And listen, everybody, you like what you're hearing. You know what I mean? You're looking forward to the music. Y'all can follow me at I Am Tina Campbell everywhere. And I'm super excited about the music that's to come. So hopefully I can come back and talk about it.
Perfect. That's perfect. All right, wait, one more thing. Can you say, hey, this is Tina Campbell, and I'm doing a takeover on the Deja Vu show.
Okay.
Wait. What?
Oh, we over here? Okay.
Just a little. I just saw it just now.
Okay.
There you go.
Do I do it there?
Yeah.
Hello, good people. It is Tina Campbell, and I am doing a takeover on the Deja Vu. Great. Definitely ain't doing the Deja Vu. Okay. What's up, good people? It's Tina Campbell, and I'm doing a takeover on the Deja Vu.
It's all good. That's why we have technology. Go.
Now we Deja Vu. Okay. What's up, good people? It's Tina Campbell, and I'm doing a takeover on the Deja Vu show.
Perfect.
Did I get it out right?
You got it right.
Okay.